Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the next part of same series. Well, I am Waqar Ahmed, and in today's video, I'm gonna discuss future continuous or future progressive tense category. So, first of all, I would like to give you a general identification or simple definition of future continuous, or how the examples, what the examples of future continuous look like. If you ever happen to find one, how can you recognize? So future continuous tense category is used to talk about actions which will be happening at particular moment in future, which will be in progress, right? In progress means happening or going on. So this was the simple definition or general definition that we are going to discuss later on as well. As usual, first of all, I would like to start off by parsing the structures. By parsing, I means analyzing the structures to look at every single words according to their parts of speech classifications. So the first one, we have affirmative structure, and obviously we have to put first subject then will. Since this is a future tense category, we must put there will to show its being future part, right? And not only do you put will in future continuous, but all the future categories you have to put there will or shall in some cases to show that the sentences belong to future, right? Then b, we have to use be as the main form of is, mr, was, were, been and being. Now the fourth, we have to put there then verb, main verb, and main verb is always going to be in fourth form in all the continuous categories, regardless of present, past and future. Plus then we have to put the extra words, whatever words we think are extra we have to put, or important words. Now negative one, the second structure is negative, and similarly as we did in the affirmative, we have to put here subject first, then will as being feature part, and then not to show the negation, because this is a negative statement, we must add there not to show the negation. Plus, and then now one thing I would like to highlight here is that will not are contracted as won't. The contraction of will not is won't, like we have do not equals to don't, and the contraction of does not is doesn't, cannot, can't, or can't in British English, right? Similarly won't. Plus be, and then verb is in fourth form and then extra word. Moving towards the interrogative structure, which begins with helping verb, auxiliary verb, will, right, to show that this asks question, right, or confirms something, plus subject, important part, plus be, auxiliary verb, plus verb, main verb is in fourth form, and then extra word, question mark you have to put. Don't forget to do that. Make sure I have done it. Yes, I have done. Now let's look at some examples with future continuous tense category. The first example I have written here is I'll be teaching you tonight. As I told you at the beginning of this one video lesson, that future continuous talks about the actions which will be in progress at particular moment in the future. So this is particular moment, right, in the future, and this action will be happening. My teaching hasn't happened yet, right? It will take place in future, right? And this will be in continuity, in progress at particular time. The second one example I have written here is my teacher will be conducting visual class on Friday. So on Friday, this is also future time, and my teacher subject, right, will as auxiliary verb, then this action will be happening, right? Conduction of visual class will be happening, will be in progress when on Friday. So this was the second one example sentence. Now moving toward the third one, Ali will be meeting us in wedding in Jan, right? Ali will be meeting us in the month of January, I would say. Let's exclude this phrase for a while. Let's say only Ali will be meeting us in the month of January. So the month January is future time, and Ali subject who will be performing action will be meeting, right? So meeting will be happening, right? And it will take place in future. So the fourth one example that I have written here is interrogative actually, right? That begins with helping verb. Will you be going to mosque with us? Let me take a little bit aside for you. Mosque with us on Eid. So on Eid, Eid is a Muslim festival, right? So I am confirming, will you be, somebody is standing before me and I'm asking from him, will you be going to mosque with us to offer salah on Eid? This is a question, confirmative question. I'm confirming something, right? So until now the video was for the people in general, but now I'm going to specifically discuss these three possible usages of future progressive or continuous, right? So I don't say it's very important to learn, but still I would say important to learn, to get to know how they are used, right? And by the way, there are one more thing I would like to highlight is that there are some verbs related to our senses, our emotions, our mental action, beliefs, right, which we don't use in a continuous, in progressive form, right? And I'm gonna do a separate video lesson, inshallah, on that as well in future, sometimes in future. The first one is something, the first usage of present continuous that we have discussed, something will be in progress at a particular moment in future time. So here this is sentence, this is the typical example of that first definition, first usage. I'll be teaching you tonight. So this is the particular moment, right? And this is the action will be happening. So the first usage is approved here. The second one, for the actions we even use future continuous, we even use future continuous tense category to talk about the actions which are fixed or decided, or which are expected to happen in the normal course or events, right? So the second example that I have written is my teacher will be conducting visual class on Friday. So uh, this is expected to happen, this action, con conducting visual class, right? My teachers conducting visual class is expected to happen because this is the part of normal course of events, right? Because my teacher usually conducts visual class on Friday, so I am hopeful, I'm expectedly saying that my teacher would conduct, right? So the third one example, and here, which are fixed or decided, right? We even use for the actions which are fixed or decided. Ali will be meeting us in wedding in January. So the wedding will obviously take place. This will be held, in some specific place, right? So the place is decided, and the time is also decided, January, right? So the actions which of whose times and place are decided, we use future continuous, right? So this one definition or this usage is also approved here, gets approved. The last one but not the least, polite inquiries about the people's plan. We even use it to to for making polite inquiries about the people's plan, to confirm, to get to know what people's plans are, right? Let's look at the last one. Will you be going to mosque with us tonight? The person whom I talked about before while giving the example was nobody else but my uncle, let's say, so, or my father or my teacher, right? So I was little reluctant to ask the direct question, right? So I became less direct, or I would say indirect, to ask, and I said, will you be going to mosque on this upcoming Eid? Will you be going to mosque with us to offer salah, right? So I inquired, actually what I did is was inquiry, right? So we use even for this. I hope you have got the clarification of much we have discussed so far, and that's all from my side, at least for this part, and inshallah see you in the next part as well. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.